So, Hank and Nia, a very warm welcome to our little farewell conversation and interview. You have stayed here for half a year, almost, yeah, one more week to go. How was your overall experience in Leipzig?
It was lovely. Leipzig, I think, was a really nice break from New York, and the community here is really welcoming, which is not really something that you find in the U.S. very often. Yeah, and it was just amazing, really.
Yeah, same for me. I love Leipzig, and all of the people are really, really nice. And yeah, I also find that the art community is a lot more welcoming. Sort of if you go into a gallery in New York, most people aren't going to say hi to you. So it's really nice that here people actually engage in conversation. And we've had so many studio visits from people we just met, seeing at an open studio or a show. And we've made friends with so many of the artists in the Spinnerei, and it's been really, really nice.
Lovely. You have studied at the School of Visual Arts in New York City, and coming here you also met former colleagues and former residents who actually stayed in Leipzig or came back. Was there any connection you could make? Did you connect here in Leipzig as well?
Yeah, Andrea and Max. We were at SVA with at the same time. So we meet with them. But Andrea has been really lovely and just so helpful in welcoming us, and is definitely someone that we'll keep in contact with and continue being friends with after we leave. Yeah.
And you were also exhibiting as well, with Max, right?
Yeah, you were exhibiting with Max.
Yeah, I had a show in Zeitz in the noodle fabric. That was really interesting to see a different part of Germany and different alternative exhibiting spaces. Seems to be a lot of those here, which I really enjoy. And then I also exhibited in Gallery Monart in the city center, which there's a show still up, with Max, and that was really, really great to also be in like a more traditional gallery space, and getting to also connect with other artists. Through that show, I met an artist from Czech Republic, and she's really, really great, and also studying at the HGB, so getting to also meet students here has been really a good experience.
Yeah, that's lovely, because there are really two worlds. There's of course this former factories and industrial sites, which are very much reused now and used also by cultural institutions, and new ways are found to get them back into life. But it's of course lovely to step out of this little planet here, the Spinnerei, and have the chance to go to the city center, which is a different set and mindset too. Wonderful. What would be interesting for me is to know a little bit more about our history here in Leipzig and the communist past and the GDR. Could you feel that culture or this past while staying here?
Definitely in the Spinnerei, there's a very obvious sense of the fact that this place was built long before us and had like an incredibly strong past, and it's a very beautiful space to be able to live in and experience and be a part of its history. Yeah, it's really it's something that I don't think I'll ever be able to feel again.
Yeah, there's this rupture of history here in the city, and you can feel it in the buildings.
Absolutely.
And how was it with because you stayed for half a year, so you had this wonderful situation that you could have experience with a lot of different artist colleagues here in the residency. How was your first 3 months and the summer show? How could you speak a little bit about the friends you made and the residents you met?
It's been so nice to get to know people from so many different cultures at LIA, and I know that's sort of a unique experience in Leipzig to be in LIA and have that, and that's been really interesting because we can all sort of share our experiences in different places and come together still in this place that also has such a unique history, and I think it allows for really dynamic relationships with people. So I think our first 3 months, at least for me, was really great to see artists from different places also working alongside us and us getting to support each other in what we're doing, and then having our show together was, it really brought together all of these different cultures and experiences that we had.
And could you speak a little bit about your work practice? What did you take for your own work practice? What was influential to you being here? Or is there anything special which happened, or an event or something which really took you a step further, or is going to have an impact on your process?
I think coming here, I was a little nervous. Everyone had always described Leipzig as being very like traditionally painting, and I'm not a painter, so it was a little worrisome for me in the beginning. But there is an incredibly diverse contemporary scene happening here that you have to just dig a little bit more to find. But it's humongous and active and beautiful and experimental and like very avant-garde. And I think that that is what I'll probably bring home with me is all of the beautiful like multidisciplinary work that I've seen and the spaces in which they were exhibited in, which I think plays a very big role. All of these well-established but still DIY artist-run spaces that just like put up the most like amazing professional-looking shows. And like the community that's around it, the community of people that go to every single one of these and that support every single one of these, and that they're not all artists, but then so many of them are just artists. Yeah, I don't know. It's the energy that is brought to those is something that I think I'll definitely bring home.
I agree with the spaces. That's really true. It's really exciting to see work exhibited in like places with so much history. And it kind of changes the context of how that work is viewed. And I think that's really like where the future of art is allowing it to exist past these traditional ideas of where art should be exhibited. But for me personally, I think having like the pleasure to work in a studio so big was really fruitful for me. It allowed me to really work on many things at once and experiment with different mediums. So that's something I want to continue to do in my practice. I got to do cyanotypes for the first time here, and that was really amazing. And letting the windows like bring their natural light onto the floor for me to expose my prints. Was something that I'll always remember, was making those works and these amazing huge windows. But yeah, I think also just having so much time in these studios with our work was such a special experience, and it allowed me to learn more about myself and my process, and also learning when to stop questioning yourself, and working alone in these spaces is just, you have to really trust your gut. And so I'll also take that with me, and just remembering to not question myself so much.
Yeah. And I know you also met artists who were supportive, like Stephen, and who also took you to the HGB, and then, so there is an artist community which asks questions and is also quite critical in their approach and what they do, but I think they're also very giving in terms of sharing. Yeah.
That's true.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being with us and coming here, and I hope you will do it like Max, just come back
Yeah.
I'd love to.
and
Yeah.
connect again.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And a wonderful, good start again in the world.
Thank you.